Welcome back, guys. So, last videos we for the Python's language we saw how the guessing games, like using a different um, variables and the loopings. We with the conditional check, we built a very simple, but like most of the topics cover of the Pythons here in this videos. So this was the code we created in last video. So when we run it, so it acts the spades and everything. So now what if you haven't like watched my videos for this content, so then you can just go back and watch my videos related to this code. So now what we are doing in this whole code is like we are just using more different topics about the Pythons to create a same games but in a different way. So let's see how we can do that. So we are keeping this 3 as it is, nothing it changed over here. So what we do is like we will just erase this whole codes because we erase that whole code. So now because we are trying to do some things here differently. Now here it generated the new random number, okay, and the total guess here something we have here. So what we do like here, we create one array list. So arr list equals to, so whatever the like message that is printed when something is wrong or something is not according to the codes, and there is through some like a print statement. So we will take that all the strings inside this list. Okay. So first let's create one element with a string element. So your guessed right. Yes, 8. Well done. Okay. So that means when you have a right answers, then it will print this. Well done. So now another is like a too high. Okay. Too high when you guess like when secret number you're guessing is greater than the secret numbers. Okay. Too low. Okay. And then let's say what? Okay. If you ask the continuously, like do you want to repeat the scenarios again? Then say continue, press Y. Okay, or press any key, a key to exit. Okay. And last but not the least, goodbye, because these are the print statement we use in our last programs, right? Goodbye. Now, so these are the list. We are using the list now, and using this based on this list, we are calling that list elements into the programs, okay, inside the while loops. So let's create one tuples too, okay. Let's say tuple tuples. Since we know that the tuples are immutable, so you cannot change. So this will like a constant, which is this is a constant message. It's not going to be changed anything here. And the number must be between 1 and 10, right? This was the statements. These are all the print statements we did yesterday. So since we have a total guess and everything is same, so now here we are using user guess. Okay, user guess. We are guessing numbers. Input uh, enter number. Okay, let's say enter number. Okay, now so after this, like total guess, total guess equals plus equals to 1. So because that means once you enter the number, your number will be counted like 1. This is the first case. If it is for only 1, the answer is right. If okay, user guess. So if user guess is visit. So last video we used the numeric, which is also like a same as a digit. So we'll say total gas, equal minus and equal 1, because this is not counted as your, like if you put the uh, characters now, which is not number, then it should not, like add as an total gas. So it's just giving a minus here. So we are putting the minus there. So to subtract the total that counted gas. So ARR tuples, TPLE tuples, and we are look here. This is like a 0 index, and this is index 1. So we are calling this when there is a wrong. If false, if some users put the uh, characters instead of number, so this it will throw these errors. Now elif. So last programs we use the like a self checkings for that. So like okay, if conditions we use the like a conditional operators like greater or smaller than. So today what we are doing, we are just changing some. We are doing some twist here. Instead of doing some things like that, we are creating a methods for that. Let's say create a limit methods. Okay, here def check limit. We have to throw three different yes. One is user guess, and on a low number, low values, and the high values, right? So that we will oh no, I'm doing Java here again. So that we can check like uh, if the user guess number is greater or smaller than like than the secret numbers, so it will check for the conditional. So let's say if user guess is smaller or equals to low, if you the low is 0 0 and user guess is like 0 again, then it will print return false. Return false. That means it will ask you again. And elif user guess is greater than high, then it still return false. Okay, false, and then here false. Right. Else. Okay, false. Else return true. Return true. Okay, so we did this all. So we created one methods called check limits, and with these check limits, we'll check like whether you whether your input guess number is greater or smaller than the like than the range that we have from 1 to 10. So now what we is doing is your not check limit, and since the user guess is a string, so we have to change into the integers, right? Otherwise, because these are all integers values we are checking, right? User guess, right? So if not the user guess, and then the lower limits, lower values is 0, and the upper is 10, right? So okay, let's do like this. Now this is the functions that we have already created on there, and using that functions we are uh, checking the statement. So if this is the uh, conditions, then total yes, again, because this is like if you put something greater than the 10, then it should not be counted as a guess, right? So again, minus equals to 1, minus equals to 1, right? And then print. Now what message we need to print is it should be in between the number 1 to 10. It should not be greater than that. So error tuples, and then this index is 1. That's all. Now what is this program doing is let's put here let's run this program first and see what we are doing here. So before that, like let's say like flag here equals to true. We are not using any break statement here, break keyword here. So instead of break, we are using booleans, false and true, right? So let's run this program. We're doing the last time program, but in a different way. We're using a different kind of, like a topic coverage here, so that you learn the Pythons very fast than just reading the, like the whole text, or watching only like a specific topics only. So run the modules. So what it says like flag. So here it says like flag. Just save it and then run it. Enter the numbers, right? So if I say like 23, a string object is not attribute, it is it, which means now this check limits here, right? A check limits here, and the it is it here. So if the let's say is what it says like the string object has no attribute, it is it. Okay, okay. So we are. I just put the D capital. It should not be D capital. So that's the wrong matters. Can I do that? Okay, like 23. So now look, when you put the 23 here, number must be between 1 and 10, right? It shouldn't be 0. It shouldn't be 0 because that's what it's checking. That's what the code is checking here, right? So what happens like when you put the 0 here in this low, and it's checking the whole condition, and then when you're putting the guessing number more than this high, which is a range of, it should be range in between 0 and 10, right? So it should not be less, it should not be less than 0 or equals to 0, and then or greater than 1, right? Greater than the 10. So this is what it's checking. So let's say like U. Now, when you put the U or any other characters, it says the digit only. You can't put anything else like W. W is not the number, so it acts only the digit. So if you say like it's 7, then now enter the number. Why? Because there is no, because that falls inside this range 1 to 10. So it's giving, it is not printing any error, or it's not printing any, like uh, uh, wrong message here, because it's right. Because once you put the 7 here, then it will skip these two statements and it goes to true, which means like your code is good. Since like it's running the while loops here, it still, because we haven't put any break here. So we have to kill these programs. So let's kill the program, right? So now, up to here, I guess you understood. Now, this is only that we are checking the, like whether this is like validations part we did. Now the actual things is here to check the game. So elif int user guess. Since that's a string, so we are converting to integer. So do not get the uh, confused here. Secret numbers. So when this is equals to secret numbers, right? When user guess is equals to secret numbers, then print array list 0. It is an array list 0 means your guess is right. Well done. So it should be print because you give the right answers, right? So plus, and we need a like how many total number of guess you did. So total number of guessed guesses is okay. Here we have to put the string inside there, and then plus. So plus. Now we can't put like a total guess here, right? We can't put like this. If you do like this, it's gonna crash because this total guess is string. Oh, sorry, integers, and we are printing. We can concatenate strings and integers. So what we have to do is we are typecastings to the string, this value. Okay, so we are typecasting to the string. So once this is done, so we don't need here. So this is for the, okay. So this will show you total number of strings that has been, total number of guesses that you have been done. So print, okay, array list Okay. Then select print array list. Let's say flag equals to true, false, because it's already true. We are doing false. So once it is false, it will come out of the loop, right? The while loops. Elif elif int user guess is greater than secret number, and it should print like air list one. The air list one is what here? The air list one is a too high. So your guess number is greater than the secret number. Then it's a too high. Else print air array list two. That means if else statement print this too low. So when your guessing number is less than the secret numbers, then it's a too low. So now let's save the programs and then run, and let's see what is going on here. So let's say 39. So its number must be in between the 1 and 10. QW. So it should be a digit only. Enter the number. Okay, so let's say 8. It's too high. 7. It's too high. 6. Now it's showing like here. The total guess is not defined. So here, what is going on? Total guess here. It should be on there. And what I want to add here is like when it is done, so I want to call this function to ace of spade also here. So uh, ace of spade, spade, spade. Okay. So and then flag is false. Run yes into the number like 45 between the y. Okay. Let's say 8 again. Too high 5. Okay. So our guessing is right here. You guess it. Well done. Total number of guests is 2. The total number of guests is 2, right? 1 and 2. So, and it's print the spade also here. So that means it call these elements of an array and these elements of the tuples once you call that using the, like array tuples with the index number, right? So this is so looks like a simples, but it has a lot of things to be. It cover a lot of things. So you can use this and you can modify and you can like use as whatever however you want, right? So now what I want to do is we are using this as a validation to check like is greater or smaller than the user guess number or no. So here total number. Let me give a space over here. Now since we are familiar up to here, but I want to modify the programs telling like once you guess the right numbers, but it still like I wants to do you wants to continue the program, right? So which means like I want to use these elements also of the array list and this two, okay? So what I'm doing is like inside when the guess is done, so I will say print and then array list. So what is the index number for this? 0, 1, 2, and 3, right? So 3. So it says like continue, press Y or press any key to exist. So user input, user answer, ANS equals to input, and then I'll change that strings to lowercase, okay? And I will like I will also trim all the like white spaces that we use in a strip function, right? We have like also strips in the Pythons to remove the white spaces there. So if user answer is equals to yes, okay. If user's answer say okay, yeah, Y. If he or she press Y, then I'll call that user guess here again. User guess, which is this one, enter the number here, and then also I want to regenerate a new number for this array secret number here. Okay, reassign the new secret number. Otherwise, like it's gonna give the same already guessed number again, and then there is no fun to play the game. So this is like if statements. Else, if I don't want to play, then what you do is print saying that error list and then 3, it was 3, and this index was 4, and then flag equals to false, right? So this is like a complete using the array, using the list and the tuples, and then some more methods for validations, creating return types methods with the to check the validation. So let's run. Okay, now, okay, this is right. I want to clear that out first, and then run in the new screen here into the number. Let's say 3. Okay, you guess it. Well done. Total number of guesses is 3. Is 1. So do you want to continue? Yes. So enter the number Q. Digit only. So you are only allowed to put the digit. So number must be, if I put the 12, so number must be in between 1 and 10. Okay, let's say 2. Too low. 4. Too high. Again, 3. So let's reassign here selling. Okay. So secret numbers equals to again random dot rand int 1 comma 10. Okay, and save it, and then close this, kill these programs, run into the number. Okay, let's say 3. Why it says too low? Q. Digit only, and say 23. Number must be in between 1 and 10 because it's checking the validation. And too low, so 4. Too low, 5. Too low, 6. Too low, 7. Okay, it hits on the 7. The interesting things here is like here, it only count the 5 here. It's ignoring these and this, and it's only counting 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because they are only the digit. That's what we want here, right? So it's ignoring the character, which is not a number, and then which is highest than the 10 or equals to 0, numbers. So it's just ignoring that number. So now, and it's calling these methods, and then it's well done. You guess the total number of guesses is 5. So yes, let's go into the number 2, too low, 3, too low, 4. Now it's reassigning the new values here, right? It was previously 7 was the guess number, but now it's reassigned the new random number, which is 4. So now we'll say you guess it, well done, and then look here, it's 8, right? Now this is very interesting part here. Now what it's doing is like it's just keeping the minus. It's not starting from the new things, right? So you have to reassign that again here. So -1, like when it's done everything's. Otherwise, like it's gonna go on increasing the numbers. So here now what says like press continue yes or no and or exist, right? So why? So this is already exist. So if we put a y also, it's saying goodbye. So this is how we are, doing some things more efficiently and using a very less code rather than doing a lot of things and calling some methods. So um, these are the codes. We for the next videos we will be modifying these whole codes in a different way. We're using our new topics here and making more interesting. Since it's the guessing games, but we are doing more interestingly in a different way.